Okay, so a few just last things. And this is like based on YouTube things that I've seen. Those people who go on animal rights or like animal cruelty videos, like people who are like making impassioned pleas to people. Look at this horrible, this slaughter, these animals like crying and like, have empathy and stop, contributing to these horrible industries, right? So people put up these videos, they're very genuine, it comes from a very genuine place, right? And then you get all these comments back saying, meat, oh, I'm hungry, right? Where are people coming from with that? I don't understand that. They know they're going to upset people. For one, I don't understand where the joy is in upsetting people. Why people find it so entertaining. I don't understand it. Is it just that they're bored, they don't have anything else to do in life, or they want some attention, and maybe any attention will do, even if it's people yelling at them? I just wouldn't have a clue. What is the psychology behind that? And is that genuinely their impression? I mean, do they watch Meet Your Meat or whatever and go, ooh, yum, I want to eat some of that poor animal that was just killed in front of my eyes? I doubt it. I don't know. What I think is, at this moment, some people can't cope with things that are serious, things that arouse in them strong emotions. They can't cope with it, and they don't want to cope with it either, because in our culture, in Western culture at this moment, and probably throughout time, sensitivity and empathy aren't viewed as positive attributes. It's like, oh, get on with it, you pussy. This is the way life is. Well, I'm sorry, life doesn't have to be this way. People can make different choices. It is now, the year 2008, and we don't live hand to mouth anymore in Western countries. And you're sitting here watching this video, right? That's not very natural. So don't fucking, talk to me about, oh, but it's the natural way of things, or, ha ha ha, I didn't get to be the top of the food chain to eat lettuce. Well, for one, you are not the top of the food chain. Well, humans are not the top of the food chain. If there's a lion in the room with you right now, you are so not the top of the food chain, because that lion would be eating you. Right? That's just the simple fact. Yeah, so I get really upset, because I'm like, what, why take glee in upsetting people who care about these issues? It just seems sadistic and cowardly. Absolutely cowardly. And that whole sort of thing of like that a vegan is someone who's really weak, like weak-minded. I actually think it is not weak-minded, it's strong-minded to go against the status quo, because you're going to get shit for it, and you're going to be separated out from, the mob, and people don't like that. People in general don't enjoy being separated out from the mob and ostracized and feeling alone. It's not something that humans in general enjoy, right? So I think it's brave, it shows bravery, it shows strength of character. And that's not just because I'm vegan and aren't I fucking amazing. I'm not amazing. All I'm doing is the right thing. I take the information I receive and I act. I just do the right thing by others. That's it. It's basic common decency, right? And the other thing, this is my last thing, alright, and this is just general. This is just a general thing, it's not even a vegan thing. People who express opinions about things they know absolutely nothing about. And this happened recently. I went on this video, and I left a message about one of those people who was like, meat. And someone else got confused and thought I was saying something to them, and they were like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And so then we continued this conversation, which started off on a completely confused sort of standpoint. And they're telling me and everyone else oh yes, you can be vegetarian and have a balanced diet, but you can't be vegan and have a balanced diet. So I came back at them talking about B12, how that's the only thing that's missing, how easy it is to just take a multivitamin. I mean, I did that when I was eating meat, just take a multivitamin. Our diets are pretty bad these days, and it wouldn't hurt you, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, so just going through the whole thing, they were saying it's impossible to be vegan, blah, 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 and that it was just, you couldn't have a good balanced diet, be healthy, and be vegan at the same time. And I corrected them and I said that you're ill-informed, right? And they said, yes, you're right, I am ill-informed. Right, and then we're like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to argue with you, stop hating me, it's not healthy for you to be expressing, such hatred towards people that you don't know on the internet, right? And for starters, I don't hate you. If you're watching this video right now, I don't hate you. It was a complete confusion thing. I mean, some of the things that you said were pretty stupid, but I mean, I covered it all in my comments. But just in general, not just about veganism, can people just shut the hell up about things they know nothing about? Why don't you ask questions? When you say, I don't think, from what I know, it wouldn't seem that it would be possible to have a balanced diet and be vegan. Is this true? How does that work? I want information. Right? There are people out there who've been, Donald Watson, who started the whole veganism movement, he lived to be 94, and from memory he was vegan for about 60 years of that, right? Okay, 60 years of veganism, and lived to be 94, so it's totally impossible, right? I mean, there are people out there who have been vegan for, 25 years and have children, right? If you can be vegan and reproduce, it's going to say that that's a pretty suitable diet that doesn't stop you from doing any of the things that a human being is supposed to physically be able to do. Be young, walk around, live over the age of 50, these kind of things. So, I mean, it annoys me as well because of the fact that I am just the kind of person who goes, it's just the way I am, that I like information. I like to know things. I do a lot of research in my spare time just to inform myself. And I know that's not how most people are. No matter how much I'd like them to be like that, because it'd be much easier for me at times. But that's just my egotistical bullshit. Yeah, so if you don't actually know anything about something, just ask questions. Become informed and then have an opinion. There's not much to ask. Alright, well, I'm getting tired now, and it's close to my bedtime. Whew. So I'm very glad to have gotten that out of my system, and if there are other people out there who found that interesting, or feel similarly about certain issues, I'd love to hear about you in the comments, hear about your opinions in the comments. So thanks for listening to me. Oh, one last point, one last gripe. The other thing I hate is that people assume that vegans are self-righteous, and sort of like that we become vegan so that we can act superior to other people or prove our moral superiority or something. We're not doing it for that reason. We didn't do it to impress you or piss you off. We are not vegan for your reaction or anything like that. We're vegan because we are trying to do the right thing. We're vegan because we've seen where these things come from and we don't want to contribute to it anymore. And that's it. That's it. We're not doing it to piss you off. End of story. Okay? So just straighten that out. Anyway, I have to get ready to go to bed now. Thank you for listening to me. See you later.